Hello everyone! Welcome back to another exciting action-packed episode of Paul's Messy Bench Models. Today I've got a build review of Tamiya's M5 light tank. This is not a new kit. It dates way back to the mid-1970s, and for its age it is a really nice kit. It goes together very well. The fits are very good. When this kit was first issued, it came with a motorization kit. So you could install batteries and a little gearbox and an electric motor, and it would actually drive around. You can see on the bottom of the tank the mounting holes and the hole for the switch are still on the bottom of the kit. One thing I do when I'm building armor models is I'll drill a hole in the bottom and glue a little nut inside the tank. Then I'll take a hanger bolt and drive it into a block of wood, and then I can screw the tank onto the top of the bolt. And that gives me a way to hold the model without actually handling it, which is kind of handy. A lot of times with armor models you're just constantly handling it, and eventually you can wear off paint or ruin the weathering you're doing or leave greasy fried chicken fingerprints on it. And it's also a handy painting handle. So for its age, it's got some very nice detail. This top piece of the hull actually has a weld bead molded along the edge, and it fits the hull sides very nicely. Nice little detail there. Some of the parts are a little clunky, like the headlight guards. They're pretty thick, but originally, this kit was meant to be played with. It was originally motorized. And the gun barrels, the cooling holes, instead of being little depressions, are little raised circles, which isn't quite right, but they still look the part. Generally, the kit goes together without any issues. Everything seems to fit well. One problem with it, though, is that since it was originally intended to be motorized, the bottom hull is a snap fit into the upper hull, and you have to kind of spread the upper hull front to back to get the bottom to snap in all the way. On the front edge up here and underneath here there are little tabs, and you have to get the lower hull up past those tabs to get it to stay in place. And this back plate here is a separate part, and it puts a lot of stress on that piece when you try to get the lower hull in. So make sure you get these edges here reinforced, or maybe shave a little height off the tabs under here so that you don't break this piece off as you're trying to get the top and bottom together. The current issue of this kit comes with a U.S. mortar team and a driver figure who kneels down on the outside to shoot the machine gun. I didn't like the Tamiya figures, so I didn't use them. This commander figure did not come with a kit. He is from the Mini Art U.S. Tankers set. It's a nice set. The figures are pretty well detailed. The Armored Division patch and his stripes are dry transfers from Archer Fine Transfers. I'll leave a link below so you can research these things yourself if you want them. The decals that come with the kit are typical Tamiya decals. They're a little bit on the thick side, but if you follow the instructions and use a strong setting solution, they look pretty good. On this gun shield here, there was an ejector or raised ring mark here, and I didn't notice it until after I'd painted it. So to cover that up, I cheated. I stole this Thumper Rabbit decal from a Revell 68 Pontiac dragster kit, and I stuck that on there. So this tank now has a rabbit mascot, which is kind of appropriate for an M5 light tank. Interesting bit of trivia, the tank was actually powered by 2 Cadillac V8s with hydromatic transmissions. The crews really liked to drive them. For a lot of those guys, it was really their only chance to ever drive a Cadillac. So even in the modern issues of this kit, the tracks are still the old rubber band style tracks, and to join them together in a loop, you have to melt plastic pins together. Model cement does not work on these tracks. Fortunately, with these side skirts on, you can't see the join. So the hatches on the tank, the driver's hatch and the bow gunner's hatch, commander's hatch, and the gunner's hatch, they can all be posed open, and the driver and bow gunner hatches actually have a periscope detail that you can glue on the inside. You don't get any figures for the driver or the bow gunner or the turret gunner. So if you want the hatches open, you probably want to find some figures, because inside the tank there's actually no interior detail. So if you open a hatch, there's really nothing to see down in there. So you want to plug the hole with a human. To weather the model after I got it all put together and painted and decaled, I actually gloss coated it with Tamiya clear, the acrylic clear, and that kind of protects everything from the enamel weathering products I was using, and it also helps washes stay in nooks and crannies a little bit better. And to bring out the details around little things, I used this Ammo by MIG Trax Wash, which is a very dark rusty brown color, and that helps bring out the detail of the rivets and things. And for mud and dirt, I use this loose ground, which is actually just kind of a really gritty enamel paint, and this dry step, which is just a slightly lighter color. And these things can be blended together using a odorless paint thinner, and you can splatter it on, you can brush it on, and once it's on there, you can use a paintbrush dampened with thinner to spread it around. You can actually use a dry paintbrush to kind of scuff it and blend it. And once it was all dried, then I airbrushed sort of a dust coat, a mix of tan and light gray paint. And that kind of unifies everything together and gives the tank just a general dusty look. And now I have a nice grimy dirty tank. I'll add a link below to some of my favorite weathering references that I use. Well, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.